I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, my name is Man. And the day when I'm wearing one of my old Arsenal jersey. In that season, we won the FA Cup. It was some brilliant goals, build-up goals. That season with players like Mesut Ozil at Arsenal. We are in the fourth position in the EPL. But this is not the EPL show, but, thought I'd, wear one of my older Arsenal jersey to show some love to the club as they continue to climb in the EPL table. If you're watching cricket, you're a cricket fan. England are around 37-3 versus the West Indies. The game is being carried on ESPN, so you can watch it there. You probably can listen it on radio, or you can go online and watch it as it goes on. Again, we give thanks for life. We have life, and so we give thanks. We're alive and well. And, it's a blessed day to be alive. And if you have life, you have hope. And there's a way out. There's always a way out. You understand me? We have always heard about when one door is closed, another one is open. I always tell people that when one door is closed, there are many, many doors that are open. But you must choose the right door to walk through. All right? Is not every opportunity ought to be grasped, because some opportunities look like that in the beginning, but they lead to all sorts of destructions and worries. So be wise in your decision making based on your past experience, your present circumstances, your future expectation. Always ask yourself, what is the wisest thing to do? Something may be right, but it may not be wise. So don't just seek to do what is right alone, but also what is wise. What is the wisest thing to do? Also, want to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Listen, I thank the Almighty God for the people who come on board. Our platform we don't earn from a lot of things online in terms of views and those things and subscribers. No, it's just people who oftentimes just say, listen, doing a great job. We want to support your brand, and we support their brand, and we want to thank them in particular prestige finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. So you can call them at 876-884-7390. All right, when you call them, you let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. And here is what will happen. If you call them and you tell them that you will get 100,000 up to $100,000 to borrow. No processing fee, same day processing, and guess what? 0 to 4% interest rate. So check them out. Also, big thank you to Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, listen, Patrick Reed, a former Waterhouse Constant Spring player, Excelsior player, he's at Launch Legacy. You need to talk to him if you want to get your money to work for you. If you're in North America, give them a call at 647-989-0782, because at Launch Legacy they handle risk and seek legacy. And so for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA, you can also visit them at launchlegacy.com, and someone will be there to assist you. I also want to say a big thank you to Tricknick. They have been with us for a while now. They're a company based in Canada that uses authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. So you can check them out to get their curry paste, their jerk marinade, their jerk season, their jerk rub. Listen, everyone that I've spoken to that have used the product highly recommend it. And so please give them a call, check them out, buy something from them. You'll get a big discount. Also want to say a big thank you to every person in the comment section. Really appreciate you coming on. All the subscribers, listen, you're the reason why we're able to carry on. You motivate, you encourage. Sometimes we don't agree with all the comments, sometimes we don't always get along, but you are our audience, and we appreciate your company every time. So I see Balakar in the building. Bless up, been a while. Mark Chambers, bless up. Owen, as usual, greetings and welcome. Mr. Hyatt, you going good yesterday, man. You kept well. Yeah, don't beholden. Right there, beating the mighty Cavaliers. Damian Hyatt in goal. Hey, Mr. Hyatt, you made up for the error from the last week, so big up. Top 10, bless up yourself. Boss Thomas, big up every time. Loud Music Entertainment, the man who always said, make sure you like the video, you subscribe to the platform. Thank you so much for being in there for me. Listen, today I want to remain as calm, cool, and collective as possible. It took me some time to put together in a respectful and right way, with complete accuracy, with factual statements, what I want to talk about this morning. Because prior to this morning, I decided that I'd leave this whole thing on team selection and players being called up and, recruiting players and all of that, because it can be burdensome and it can be difficult. It can be such a difficult emotional roller coaster that one goes on. All right, I want to lay the foundation, because most of you would know that I am someone who, while I'm in Jamaica, I support local football. Even when I'm away, I support local football. I help local football in any way that I can. I watch it at every level, from corner league to primary school league, prep school leagues, women football, Division 1, Division 2, Major League. So I travel just to watch football. Once it is safe, I will drive and go and watch the game, just to see and support the sport. That's the person I am. Right? and not just watch from a distance. I get involved in the process. So whenever I speak about it, football in particular, and it comes to the national team, I want to speak about it from the perspective of someone who appreciate what happens locally and love what happens locally and think what happens locally is important. All right, but there's a thing called the tyranny of the urgent, and what it is sometimes we do urgent things at the expense of important things. And so we're going to talk about that this morning. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to take some of your comments, and maybe some of you want to call in. I'll provide that at the back end. And then we have a interview this evening with Mr. Andrew Price. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do our JPL recap show. But I had to do this video in light of some things that I've heard that I need to help you with more information so you can understand and make better decisions. All right. So I'm going to begin with the U20 girls, and then I'm going to go to the U20 men. All right. Now, I could start from the senior team, but that's a failed campaign. The female senior team looks like, from where it stands, we stand a good chance of qualifying, and I believe that we can and we should, in spite of all the difficulties we face as a nation. But as it relates to the U20 girls, that campaign is over. It is over, and there's a U17 coming up, and we want to make sure that our input in the dialogue helps to change the whole complexity of everything, or the composition of how things operate at the footballing level in our nation. Now, some things are going to be my opinion, so let's begin, and I will clearly state those things. In my honest and humble opinion, we had at least 10 players available to us with passports. So passports were not an issue. Their parents' willingness to pay their travel expense to the Dominican Republic would not have been an issue to be a part of the under 20 female team, at least 10, who play football and are playing football in the United States of America actively, who were ready. And I, in my opinion, at least 4 of them that I have followed, I have checked, are better by far than some of the young ladies that I saw there. I'm not going to beat the young ladies. They're young ladies, and many things affect female football. My thing is, why do we consistently hold a position that no matter who is available, it is important that even if we have out of condition local players, they must play. I want our local players to excel. I want our local players to get into scholarships, and I want them to get into clubs overseas, female and male. Many of them come from, difficult backgrounds. But work with me, people, because I may be very naive, so I need your help. If I want to expose my young ladies or young men to international scouts and international marketplaces in terms of football, wouldn't the best thing be to get the best set of them to qualify for the World Cup, and then at the World Cup, then I integrate those who I want to get on the big markets? Here is my reasoning for that. It is going to be very difficult for us as a nation right now to win the Junior World Cup. America is still the number one team in the world. All right? So I can go there though and bring local players and expose them, knowing that when I go there, I will do my best, but I will not be able to win. Why would I involve them at the qualification stage, knowing that I have better quality available? Why not use the better quality to qualify and then bring them in? Isn't that a more reasonable position? So, even when players got injured, we still opted to take persons from Jamaica as replacement when parents from the States were willing to buy tickets to bring their kids to the Dominican Republic. Let me say it again. Do I have a problem with the local players? No, I want them to be exposed. I want the best for every Jamaican, male or female. But the composition of the side, and I don't want to call any name, but the composition of the side, especially the players from Jamaica who are born in Jamaica, in my opinion, they looked unfit and unready. And they were predominantly from one particular club school combination. In fact, there's an unfit player who, though in the States, was a part while in Jamaica of that said institution, said club. That player did not come to the camps, and you could see that the player was unfit. Was unfit. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? And so we look disorganized, and it cost us a place in a Youth World Cup. Who benefits? Who benefits? Who benefits when we don't qualify? Who benefits? If we go to the World Cup, it's easier for people to get exposure. If we qualify for the World Cup, in fact, you can be playing in Jamaica, but because you qualify, people will come. When we fail to qualify, nobody coming out here to really look for players. They are going to look at the places where people qualify from. In a marketplace where we are, where the USA is the dominant force. So, listen to me, people. Since the beginning of the pandemic, no local football has been played on the female side. What premise then does local player in this context qualify to play if they were not playing any football? Because they are locals? Because they are locals? What match condition did they have? Because we didn't have any warm-up games. Why did we ignore all the players who are playing actively in competition in the States? Remember, this is not like male football. The United States has been the number one female, watch me, soccer playing nation in the world. Jamaica, more than any other country, has that marketplace and players always willing to come because the United States cannot take all of them. So why haven't we tapped into that market enough to get them to come in? Why? Why didn't we do this for the U20s? Why do we have players who the United States have on their radar? The United States have called them into other camps to look at them. And they cannot make the Jamaica team. They were closer to making the #1 team in the world, but yet they cannot make the 51st ranked female team in the world. Something needs to be done. When will we stop and look in the mirror? We are putting ourselves, like JFF, coaches, it's needless criticism. And here's what, because I did a video recently and some people are upset. It's kind of funny that, I mean, there was a time when people were saying that, boy, this man support the JFF. But if you criticize, him don't like JFF. That's fine. You notice I haven't called anybody's name because I want to respect people as adults. But let me tell you this. If we continue like this, it's going to be messed up. I could give more now on the female football. But because you're ladies, I honestly, people in the comment section are going to come to your comments and all of that, right? I didn't do a video at the end of the games. Because to be fair, if I were to criticize the females, it would not be good. Because honestly, some of those young ladies should not have been on the field any at all. Any at all. And that is just the honest truth. And out of respect for them and knowing it is not their fault, I chose not to do a video because I'd be lying if I told you that they look good out there. They did not look good. Panama let us look like we are worse than corner league ballers. Like, not even inter-farm competition looked that bad. But I don't want to knock the ladies. I don't want to knock the ladies because I'm going to come. Let me just take some comments. And honestly, I don't even want to. I don't want to. I'm going to leave the ladies because I don't want to criticize them. Again, I'm going to commend them for their effort. And what I will say to the young ladies is this. You see, when you turn up and they call you and you go on that field and you're unfit and unready, you're not just hurt Jamaica, you hurt yourself. Here's why. Because as a lot of you who opted to go because you were called, turned off the people who were looking at you because you were not ready. And coaches, you do an injustice to the young people of Jamaica when you put them in a place where they are not ready to perform. It is an embarrassment to them. And instead of helping them to matriculate into bigger things, you destroy many of them because people turn their backs on them. And you must be held accountable for those things. It cannot be right that you treat people's sons and daughters that way. You must take interest in people's lives. And it is unfair for you to take unfit, unready people to play against teams that had players playing in their senior World Cup teams. We have listen, I'm just going to identify one player. All right, 1 2. Audio check 1 2. All right, I need to cut off everything. Oh Lord. All right, tell me if you're hearing me. If not, then we will restart it. But I am hearing me. Reset and try. I just tried that. I tried resetting it. It's up now. All right. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Thank you for sticking and staying, people. Really appreciate it. All right. So, as you remember, I started out by talking about my love for local football. Now, Mr. Speed, who I respect, I only calling his name because he did an interview. He said that when they counted, you go and listen to the interview, and people, any one of you, if I am wrong, you tell me. He said, we have counted over 50 players born 2003 and beyond. 50. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a camp, and the first camp is with Paul Hall. Then we are going to see where we need and bring in players to fill those gaps. All right? In paraphrasing part of the thing, I have major issues with that. Here's the thing. You see the man who born in England or born in America and is Jamaican, he's supposed to have the same kind of trial as a youth who born in Jamaica. And when you put them together, then if the man of Jamaica better, select him. If the man of England better, select him. If both of them, and I've said this many times, are at the same level, they play the same position, none no better than none, none no faster than none can control better than the other, none can pass better than, the IQ is the same level. I can understand if you have two players like that, I could understand you opting to use the one who born locally because you may not be able to bring that one in from overseas. But outside of that, every player deserves the opportunity. The next thing that rubbed me wrong is this. Man need to show them passport. Let me tell you this. I guarantee you that some of the players in the 50 don't have no Jamaican passport who born in Jamaica. Them don't have no Jamaican passport and them born they don't have a birth certificate yet, and they will be at the trial. They are going to be called up to train, though they don't have them birth certificate wrong, it have to go fix, and them going to have to apply for your passport. And them born in Jamaica. So the man who not born in Jamaica and is a Jamaican don't need to present no passport. All him need to do is to get an invitation. A man say him interested in representing him country. Thank you for your interest. We having all it takes, is that thank you. Mr. Meadow, keep calm. Thank you for your interest. We are having our trials between this date and this date. You are invited. That's all you have to do. Here's the thing. If we believe that our local players are so good, why are we afraid of bringing in other players for them to trial with them? Because, if our players are so good, when the players from USA or England come in, then obviously our players are so good that they will still excel. I put it to you that in the local Premier League, we cannot find, listen to me, 11 players that can qualify us or bring us out of the zone with Costa Rica, Honduras, and Antigua. There are not 11 players in our Premier League right now. Not 11 in our Premier League right now at the age that can do that. I put it to you. Even if you get Pep to come coach them, you get Mourinho to come coach them. You have a coaching panel with Pep, Mourinho, Jurgen Klopp. They won't be able to. And it doesn't mean the players are not good. But what it takes to qualify is two different things. We cannot bring schoolboys to play against. You need to go. Joseph, please, me, I beg you. Go and look at the Costa Rican 11. See where in Europe their players are playing. Playing in top leagues. in Holland, in Spain. Week in, week out at the highest level. Which 50 players? Which goalkeeper? I mean, Phoenix have some players. 4. Whisper, the goalkeeper, and probably the Big Nail and Peralta. That can work out. You have Duncan McKenzie, you have Romain Baker, you have Tyreek Zemeniz. I can't remember all the names. You have Cleo Clark, you have you have the Dintil goalkeeper, you have Gary Mills, you have the one Devontae. So you have some players, but here's what I am saying. Even if these are your best players, why Tyrone Marshall's son have to show you in passport to come try out for Jamaica? What kind of madness is that? Tyrone Marshall don't need to show no passport. He doesn't. We just need to tell him, you're going to tell 17-year-old that them supposed to present them passport. It is wrong. Wrong. Maybe that is not what was meant, but that is what was said. All you need to do, you got a list of names. Call the players. The players indicated that they are interested. Those who don't have their documentation are working on it. The competition is in June. So all you do, you bring them in. And they are coming in there on their own. They come in. So when they come, you say, listen, we want you to be a part of the squad. You have them as a provisional thing. And if them don't, you don't have them. You give them a timeline. Say, if you don't get your document by May, you will not be a part of it. You're telling man to go present passport and thing. Nobody no need to present no passport. These are not like big men who have a child find great grandmother. These are you two mother and fathers born at Jamaica. Them born at Jamaica. And they say they want to represent Jamaica. Come on, man. We have to do better than that. I love the youngsters, you know. I love the youngsters in Jamaica. But I tell you this. You see, if we qualify... Listen, let me tell you this. I had Sean Fraser on. You remember Sean Fraser? I had him on. Keith Kelly. Tell me the Keith Kelly kind of quality we've seen in the local league for under 20. Tell me the one. The Alex Thomas kind of defender we've seen. The Alien Whittaker kind of goalkeeper. The Sean Fraser kind of player. The Craig Garden kind of player. The Sausage Bennett kind of player. Are they good players? You know me, I'm not going to beat the young players. I will not do that. They have a lot of potential, but potential is not all. What we need to do is to qualify. Do we realize that if we fail to finish in the top 4, we're not going to qualify? And we're not going to go to the Olympics if we don't finish 1 and 2. That means if we want to qualify for the under 23 to the Olympics, which should be a part of our plan, we have to either go ahead of Mexico or the USA. Listen, if we had a 17-year-old that is good, he would not be in Jamaica. Let me say it again. If we have a 17-year-old who is as good as we made them to be, that can qualify us and bring us to the World Cup, he would not be in Jamaica still. I can tell you that. Why some of these guys back in the days, when we qualified, when Mr. Downswell qualified the team back in the days, why some of those guys were still in Jamaica is because the marketplace had not opened up. We have some great agents in Jamaica now. Our Jamaicans, the Kevin Cohen, the Damani Ralph. These guys are great agents. If there's a 17-year-old in Jamaica that is causing waves, we have the Craig Butlers. They would not be in Jamaica, people. They would not be. The fact that they are in Jamaica means that there's a lot of development to take place. And the best thing to do is to use your best players, qualify for the World Cup, and bust some of these youths at the World Cup. Come on, man. That's simple logic, that. So here's my thing now. Anybody where they are England or listen to this, or America, not sure nobody on a passport. It's wrong. Call the people and invite them. You got a list of names? Call the people and invite them. Say, listen, we're having a camp. Can you make it to the camp? If them can't make it for them fault, Call them and say, Mr. Lisby, we see you have 2 sons and they're playing blah, blah, blah. Mr. Burton, Mr. Fuller, Mr. Gardner, we see you have, these are Jamaicans. People who represent Jamaica, then we are talking about. Listen, how when the girls, and I know this, when the U20 girls were, nobody asked them about going and getting passport. They came to the trials. And they came to the trials and they proved themselves. And then after that, the parents went and got their documentation. In time to go to Dominican Republic. Why we can't do the same thing for the youth them? If the guys in Jamaica are so good, why we afraid of bringing in other talent? Let them compete with them. It's better than they come out and say, listen, we can't afford nobody from overseas. So we just going to use look. Better than tell me that. That I could understand, though I not agree with it. But these are parents who are willing to buy the ticket for the trial. But when them get selected, then that is it. So here's what listen, may I tell you something, I'm upset with the whole thing. I know people are going to vex, but I'm speaking the truth. Because, you know what, when we leave Jamaica, the same thing will happen to my son them. Me know that. It now going to be no different. Because, listen, you see how they treat, I always tell people, you see when you're in position of leadership, and you see them treat other leaders bad, always remember this. If they do it to others, they will do it to you. And let me tell you this again, Jamaica. You see, whatever we sow, we are going to reap. And that is why some players will not leave Jamaica. You know why? Because the people who lead you don't treat other players right. Every Jamaican. This is not a big 30-year-old man. First, the same set of people were saying, why the people then want to represent Jamaica? Why the people want to represent Jamaica when they are 25? We were there when they were 17. Now the man turn up at 17 and say they want to represent Jamaica. Basically, I tell them, say, listen, make we pick with local players them first, and then we see if we have any shortcomings, and if we have shortcomings, we'll call some of you. So when are they? You don't want them when them old, you don't want them when them young. When you want them? When do you want them? Because when them come when them are 25 and 29, who? Them are too old. What them did there when them down? Them are 14. What them did there when them are 15? No, they turn up when they are 15 and 16 and 17. And they say that I am interested in representing Jamaica. One more you want more than that? The man them say they're interested. All right, fine. Well, we have a trial. Come and prove yourself. Let me say it again. I think regardless of where we get players from, there are some players in Jamaica that I think are quality. Give you some name. Christopher Ainsworth is a player that I think is quality. Tyreek Zemin is quality. Duncan McKenzie, quality. Clear Clark, quality. Devontae Campbell, quality. I call the Phoenix players whisper, quality. The goalkeeper, the Mona goalkeeper that keeps have his name. I soon get the name for you. He's a Phoenix goalkeeper. He keeps quality goalkeeper. They have 3 other players. Don't want to get the names wrong, but you have players like Matthew Baker in Germany. Why Matthew Baker come from Portmore? He come from Kingston, sorry. Money they are Cavaliers, Portmore. So he's known. He don't need to prove nothing. He needs somebody needs to call and talk to him for and say, listen, we have in the trial. If he doesn't come, then that is it. But because him gone Germany now, him not deserve a chance because in the foreign. Like, what kind of thinking do we have? Now you're going to say, no man, nobody never said that. We're not talking about those players. We're talking about who? Who are you talking? Oh, the ones in England. What about the Cornwall College player in England? Who was at Cornwall College in League 2 in England? These are the players. These are not players who are all we are saying. All we are saying, all the fans are saying. All man, I'm a fan. All I am saying is let them come. And if them not good, them not good. But don't make the process for them just reaching difficult and be a turn off. Don't turn them off. Let them come and be objective. Be objective. Don't have already designated spots for players. Yeah, we have this spot and that spot, and we just need a goalkeeper. We just need a center forward. No. We need 23 players. 23 players we need. 23. People, I say I don't want to call a name. You remember that Richard King never had the requisite documents, but he was still training and couldn't travel one at a time. So don't tell me that if people don't have the requisite document, them can't come train. My position. That's my humble opinion. The best thing for Paul Hall and the rest of the coaching staff to do, and the GFF, is as many of these young players that we can get down playing for Jamaica, even if it's in a trial or practice game, get them so that we have a whole reservoir of players to select from at the senior level. Some of you may not be my friends anymore when I say this, but it is the truth. It failed us at the senior level. It failed us at the U20 level for female. Are we going to allow the same atrocities again? Management, the fact of the matter is they don't want them, full stop. That's what it sounds like. Or they don't think they are good enough. Listen, I'm saying that. One, if you don't think they are good enough, why not invite them? If the youth at Arsenal is not good enough, the man is at Arsenal, say he's not good enough. He's not good enough, All the Jamaican players are better than him. And he says he wants to come and try out for Jamaica. He's paying his own money. He don't have a passport. According to you, they're not good enough. Let's use that reasoning, Jason, if they believe that, as an example. Then bring him. Make him waste him money and waste him time. What I don't want you to do, because here's the thing, people. They will still invite them and still decide not to want them. Like what happened with many of the young ladies. Many of the young ladies were brought to the trial not because they were looking for specific position, because they had other spot already set up. And here's what you don't want. To get all of these players to come to Jamaica and them already, because the sentiment that is being expressed is that we have in our heads, them don't say it yet, but how they're sounding, we can insinuate, we can extrapolate from their words that they already have some players to put into this thing. And hear what? We only have a little spot to fill. So if 20 of these players come from overseas, a waste of time, because of only 2 spots we have left. Because we already have designated spots, because we have how many players playing locally? Nobody can tell me no 50 players. We don't have no 50 right back playing at Jamaica. Apart from Tariq Jimenez, who are the young fullbacks. You have some other youth to play in high school football. Listen, Mannies have some good players. But can they qualify us for a U20 World Cup? I don't think so. Let me say this again. This thing is so funny, because a lot of parishes as well think it's Jamaica versus England or Jamaica versus overseas. Let me tell you this. It's when they say I have 50, them have no player from your parish. No player from your parish, so you need to come out and talk to. Because no player from your parish going to get invited. None. None, because them already have name. So you see all you down at Hanover, nobody from Rossi is not get called. You down at Westmoreland, nobody from down there not get called. St. Elizabeth, nobody down there not get called. You know that already. So it's not just Jamaica versus overseas, it's Jamaica versus some of them. Because them already have designated spot. This is not going around Jamaica and look. Because here's what they're going to say. You know what is funny, people? Tell me the truth, people. Don't they say if the man down at Westmoreland did good, he would have played in the Premier League? He would have played in the JPL? If you're not playing in the JPL, you can't do any of this. But then, when a man is playing in the Premier League in England, he can't be in this. What kind of madness is that? You understand me? Come on, man. We have to do better, man. The thing hurt me. The thing hurt me. It hurts me. Because I know no matter who we use, you see, once we qualify, exposure. Once we qualify, the objective should be to qualify. And listen, you can qualify, and if I don't agree with it, you know, but it would be better you qualify and then bring majority local players. I don't agree with it, but it would be better you do that than use majority local players and don't qualify, because nobody benefits that way. Nobody benefits that way. And Paul Hall, you're in England, man. Come on, you need to sit down with these guys and tell them that this cannot be the pathway. Do I believe that local players need to be developed? Absolutely. And there should be a pathway. Am I advocating that no local player? No, I am not. I am saying that every person who desires to represent his nation should be afforded the same opportunity. Same opportunity. Every player who decides to represent his nation. Every player. And y'all know me, people. Like I said, this idea of self-interest. And I know that people are going to be vexed, but I speak truth. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Every Jamaican should at least be given the upper. You see, this thing with athletics is that when they have trials, you come and you try out. Nobody don't ask you if you have your passport. You come and you try out for Jamaica. And if you don't make it, you don't make it. So Mr. Paul Hall, I'm going to try my best to ensure you get the video. I'm going to try to ensure that you get the list of names. And sir, these players, they indicated an interest. 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds saying that, I really want to represent Jamaica. They are 17 and 18. Why are we making it difficult for them? Why can't we just say, okay, we want to invite you? And here's why I'm saying that. You think, let me tell you this. You think, you guys in the JFF, in football, you coaches out here, I'm going to give you, you're all big CONCACAF coaches, A license coaches, B license coaches. Why would you think that the Freddie Butlers, the Paul Young, Boris Johnson, all of these guys who have Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, all of these guys would call you, because you're all big coaches in Jamaica. But why do you think they would call you and say, here's a player that is not good, let him play for Jamaica? Why would they do that? What benefit would it be to Altiman Butler to call you and say, here's a player, here's an 18-year-old that can play? Why would they call and give you a player that is not good? They already have the players going out and making money. Why would they take a no-good player to come and play for Jamaica? They don't need that because they're already overseas. So the fact that these guys are calling you to present not 10, not 20, some of them are calling you to present one player. One player. And I'm saying, why you think they would come and tell you, and they're going to tell them that the player need to do this and do that? Why you think these people somehow have concocted in their minds this idea to send the worst players to Jamaica so that they can destroy Jamaica's football? They are not going to do that. So in the same way, if Mr. Downswell goes down to Westmoreland And Everton Tomlinson, the president of the Westmoreland FA, said, Mr. Downswell, see a player here. You know what Mr. Downswell do? Yeah, man, all right, let me get him name. Call him to the camp. Why you can't take that word from your other persons overseas? Why they have to prove something and send clips? You don't ask the people down in Hanover and stuff to send clips of the players that they're watching in Corner League that they think can play under 20. Why the man from overseas have to send clips to you? It is because I think the players are good. Why they're sending them to Jamaica? Come on, man. The players are coming at their own expense. They're coming on trials. They need the invitation. They can't just pick up themselves. You think they can just tell their mother them going to Jamaica? Oh, mommy, Jamaica have a trial on the 16th and I'm going. Who called you? Nobody. They just say I just need to turn up down there. Oh my God, man. These are teenagers, brethren. Call the parents, brethren. For some of them, you don't even need to speak to agents, brethren. They can talk to their mother and their father. Come on, man. Brethren. I don't even know. I don't even know where to go, man. I can't believe this thing. Honestly, I can't believe this. Can't believe at this level we want to bring the thing to. Every youth who can play. It don't cost us anything for a youth to come train for a weekend. It's not a burden to our pocket, man. And them buy them own tickets. It's not taken away. It's not taken away from stuff. You think Richard King should not be in Jamaica? So let me tell you, I want players to go away. Richard King should not be in Jamaica. And I tell you this, you see, if he stay in Jamaica 2 more years, it'll go hard for him to go away. He needs to leave. That is what I'm trying to get. You understand me? How do we do these things? By leveraging stuff. Because the more interactions we have with the people in the diaspora all over, the transitions become easier. How you think it feels when Paul Young says, listen, I have a player in my academy who's 17, 18-year-old. I'd love him to come down from the trial. All right, send us some clips, make we look at it now. This is Paul Young, brethren. The man has coached the national team. He has coached in the national setup. You think he is going to send somebody that he doesn't think is the quality? Like Mr. Marcel Gale. If Marcel Gale called me, I say, man is man. I have a player who just, him leaving Kingston to live in St. Anne. Wham. I mean, you're on a team down there. No, hey, you know what I say? Yo, Fuzzy, from a you send him, man, everything good, man. Let me look on him. That's what I am saying that we should do. It is a disrespect if Altiman Butler call you guys and say, listen, Matthew Baker is good enough to be on your team. And you tell him that, Freddie, no, man, you have to send some clips, make we look at him and assess him. You're disrespecting Freddie Butler. Let me put it that way. And we need to humble ourselves. All the way. We need to easy. We need to easy. We have too much ego. We think we're bigger than this and we're bigger than man and we're bigger than that. No, we're not big, man. In the grand scheme of things, we're not big. We're not a big footballing nation. Then that's why I said the other day, and people take my things and carry it all over the place. Let me say it again. Jamaica is not a footballing nation. You see, if every 30 years we qualify for a senior World Cup, given the context of our country, population size, GDP, wealth, football infrastructure, it's a good thing. If from 1962 we qualify every 30 years, would have been a 2 World Cup, don't it? And given everything, It's not good. It's a good thing. So I don't have this idea that Jamaica will qualify for every. No, I don't think it's going to happen. If it happen, surprise me. But I don't bank on that. But there are some, when we have the generational talent to do it. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, there are so many comments. I don't even know where to. Honestly, like I don't know. I don't know where to go with the football. So I made up my mind that I wouldn't do any more video because it's depressing, you know. It's depressing to be having the same conversation. I told myself that maybe I need to just stick to interviewing people, because every step forward is like 10, you know? It's like 10 steps backwards. How did we get to the place where we operate like this? How? Again, logically thinking people, wouldn't it be better if we quote unquote use players to get to the World Cup and then incorporate players who we want to be seen at the World Cup? I don't know. And I am not saying that any of these overseas players are better than the players. All I'm saying is that put them together without no preconceived 11 or 23 and let them all prove themselves. I cannot see Boris Johnson calling Jamaica to send a player to Jamaica who is not good. I cannot see Coach Carl Brown working where he's working, find a player and say, listen, this player. I cannot see. Listen, let me give you an example. People, I'm going to give you an example. I call one former national player who has a son over in England. Let me tell you how honest some of these players are. These former players. His son, of course, he has his Jamaican citizenship. Big player. Right? Big player in the World Cup campaign and went to the World Cup with Jamaica in 1998. I'm not going to call his name. You can read in between the lines and figure out who he is. So I said to him, listen, they're having this camp, because that's what I do, you know. I call the players who I know, former players who have kids who I know are in that age group and they're playing football. So I called the player and I said, listen, they're having this camp on the 16th and so on. Don't know if you spoke to the head coach, Paul Hall, because I know that he's going to be involved. You would think, like, because the player is in England playing well, that his father would say, yes, I'm going to get him to Jamaica. You know what the man said? He said, he started out by doing this. I have the voice note. If I play the voice note, you're going to figure out who he is. He says, man, I really appreciate you keeping in touch with us. However, my son just turned a particular age. I think he needs further development. I would not send him to the U20s. I'd rather him play in the U17. That's integrity. Integrity. The man says, I would not send him because he needs further development. Though people, including me, having watched his son, thinks that his son could be a part of the setup. I call an ex-player in the United States. And he says, man, he is not playing. He said of his son, he's not playing any football. and he doesn't take it seriously right now. In other words, he wouldn't send him. So when someone else suggests a player, they are suggesting the player because they know the standard and they believe the player has met the standard. And all they're asking is that the players are invited with a blank slate and everyone comes and prove their worth. Let me take some more of your comments. Boss Thomas says, I wonder if the other countries are having these issues like us. Oh, well, it's so like pagan. A management, we cannot let the corruption them win. We have to fight back. Owen, me see a country bunk and I say eat and drink a good. How can I attest for the others that don't know other talent? But Jesus. Boy, no. Big up Brian Mighton. Happy belated birthday to you, man. Happy belated birthday to you. Jason, let me tell you, listen, and people, I'm going to do less content on like Reggae Boy, because I'm going to focus on, like I said, doing the interview thing. Because here's the thing, it is obvious that there is a I don't know, endemic and entrenched and itched and sculpted into the minds of these people is the need to promote predominantly or totally local players at the expense of every other thing football. And that is the issue I have. I do believe, and I keep on saying this, players needs to be exposed. But I know deep down in my heart that we have enough agents, because players are, you know what is funny? The better players are still leaving Jamaica. And they have not left Jamaica because they have excelled playing. Christo J. Daly did not leave Jamaica because of his excellent performances for the national team. Akwasa Chang did not leave Jamaica because of his excellent performances with the national team. Same thing with Peter Lee Vassell, same thing with Deshane Brown, all of these guys. They did not leave Jamaica because they were excellent in the national colors. The point I'm making is that we have enough agents in and around Jamaica and Jamaicans that if a player is good enough, he's going to get out of the country. Therefore, the national setup must always have your best players. Nothing will change. And like I said, that I expect people to be upset about this, but it is the truth. All it takes is we are inviting you to our camps. We'll be having this amount of camps for this amount of time. Which one are you able to register for? Also, we want you to know that if you make the final cut, you will have to get your passport. Hold on, people. I have a call coming in from Coach Johnson. Hold on a sec. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Coach Johnson, you're live on air, you know.
No, I need to call you about something else. No, I'm not calling about.
You want me to call you back when I finish? Okay, go ahead.
No, I mean we can talk to you still, but what we really are calling about is thing that is in terms. I mean, I listened to the last program and I can see the level of frustration creeping in. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's just to say don't let it get better. You understand? Because understand the objective of what they're trying to do in terms of the program and helping the football. You understand? So I just trying to encourage you not to get frustrated right now. However, it's a sad situation in terms of where we're going with the football. You understand?
Yeah.
It's very sad, and I mean, as you rightfully said, with as a past player, I don't expect Jamaica to be in every World Cup. There's not been many nations that have been to every World Cup in terms of from a youth state to a senior state. However, when you look at their internal program and the international slate, I mean, if they're not there all the time, I mean, everyone's are every twice or every 3 times they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it kind of sad for our football in a state that, I mean, you could see this coming. You understand? You could see this coming. I mean, and that's why sometimes when I talk to people about the football, I tell them my era of football in Jamaica, we were privileged. And when I say privileged, for you to be in an under-18 camp with the 91 team that won the Shell Cup under Coach Carl Brown, Coach Bob Campbell, and we can name other few people that all around the squad. The Orius Reed and those people. If you can be in a training camp with those players, at the same time they're preparing for the championship, you're preparing for the youth championship. If you go back to those days and look at what's happening and what transpired, you realize that the sport is growing, one, but we must sit and ask ourselves, are we growing with the sport?
Yeah.
Or are we even growing at all? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. Am I seeing
yeah,
Coach?
The sport is growing. The sport is growing. That's one of the unique thing about the sport. The sport is growing and the sport is growing so rapidly. Now, are we growing with the sport or are we growing at all? I mean, and then when they come on a forum and speak, people tend to get the intention that you're outside looking in, so therefore you're criticizing. But no, it's not necessarily criticizing, but it's to say, look, when is it we're going to stop and look at what we're doing and try to at least correct some of it? I don't expect we will correct all of it, but there's a lot of aspects that need to be corrected because I don't know if anybody sit and look at it from my point of view. Management, clearly, we are losing and we are wasting resources. And we're not getting nothing. That's the plain truth. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not going to some of these tournaments for free, you know.
Yeah.
It's costing us. It's costing us, whether it's costing the JFF, whether it's costing the government. It's costing us. Now, when is it people going to sit and realize we're spending a level of funds and we're not having anything coming back to say, well, then this is the result. And this is what we have on the table to say, to bargain with, to going forward. We not look at it from that aspect. So that's why I beg to ask the question. The sport is growing. Are we growing with the sport? Or are we growing at any at all where the sport is concerned? Because the end out. I reach a stage now where I kind of pick and choose when I call a pro. I mean, no disrespect to you guys blogging and program.
Yeah, man.
But if you can reach that level of frustration, brother, to say, look, I'm going to stop black about the Jamaica product because it don't make no sense. You see where we are looking in. You understand? We're not saying that it shall be done this way, but we are saying that common sense will tell you if you're doing the same thing over and getting the same implementation going forward to say, look, let's correct this. We are waiting for the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We're going to waste resources again. And this is the cycle you see going on over and over.
Yeah.
And then people come in the media complain, we don't have the money, we don't have the resources, we don't have that. You understand? People come in and complain. We are not on the same page, management. We are not on the same page where the football is concerned. From the league, the administration of the league, from all parish association leading straight up to JFF. They are not on the same page. They are not on the same page. Everybody is reading from a different book management.
Yeah.
But therefore, there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. You know, ironically, I sit and remember I taught this thing to you now about this under 20 coming up. I happen to be a part of IMG in terms of their summer camp a year time. So I sit in a forum with IMG where a group chat to say, okay? Now IMG is one of the facilities that CASAFA use for a certain level of the tournament. So they get the bulletin coming in on the board to say, look, we are now going to prepare the Conquer Cup under 20s. The girls, they're going to start in Dominica, and then now we decide where the other leg plays. You understand?
Yes.
So when I get those bulletins and I sit and look at the time that the bulletin release as to the time now when we go into preparation, you realize it's a joke thing, management. It's a joke thing. I sit nearly, a month and a half and watch US under 17 men's team preparing. And I guarantee you the qualifier that they're preparing for probably be July or late August.
Late August, yeah. And the same thing with the under 20. The under 20 already start preparing long time playing practice games. Costa Rica play
I wouldn't even talk about the under 20s. I wouldn't even talk about the under 20s. I wouldn't even talk about the under 20s. But I'm saying, why is it? Look, we've been to a World Cup in 98, and I don't think nobody sit down and sit and look at what really transpired. I said over. Go back and look at the blueprint and see what transpired. It has been the only tournament. The only tournament it has been outside of the Shell Cup that we win 93. The World Cup has been the only tournament that we put in a level of 4-year preparation leading up to the World Tournament. People remember, man? Huh?
Yeah.
Rene come and there was this big buzz around Rene, but not only did he came, he said, look, this is how we need to do, go forward. We're going to have to travel the world to see the footballer, understand the football at a different level, which he did. We didn't go Brazil on 2 trips just to go visit Brazil and enjoy the beaches. We went there to prepare and learn Brazil. You understand?
Yeah.
When you see people sit and they go and talk this over, and then they have this simple excuse as putting money in discussion. It's not the factor. It's not the factor, Bridget. It's not the factor. And I'm going to throw it out there again to the JFF. Give us the center excellence, give us the fields, and give us some 14-year-old. Let us stagger them for 3 years and prepare one of the best under 17 so we can move forward. And stop. We need to stop sitting down and joke. We are joke. And we're not only joking, we are wasting resources. We're wasting resources on the under 20. I mean, I play opposite. Ironically, you know, I'll I share something ironically. You remember that under 17 team, the last under 17 team with, who was it? I think it was Bibi Gardner and Butler, I think.
Yeah, that was under 20.
The last under 17 that missed out with it was Anjo. Yeah, it was Anjo, Omar. It was Anjo, Edward, and Omar.
Yeah.
You remember that under 17?
Yes.
Would you be surprised if I told you that there were 3 to 4 kids that play in that team that we have spotted in Miami and said, look, we have asked the parents, look, we saw these kids, they look good enough for this under 17. And we dialogue with the parents committed and buy their ticket, fly them to Jamaica, and they came to the trials and I was a part of the team. You remember that team with Alice Marshall that missed out on the penalty that they
Yeah, man. I remember, man. Yes.
So why is it now we're going back to a situation where you might be somewhere, spot a kid, and contact the federation to say, look, this kid at the level at his level of play, I think he can be important to what he's trying to do. No, people going to tell you that's not possible. Then all right, No problem with that management. Now, if then are going to accept that, why is it the JFF don't get scout now to fly to these points now to go sit and look? They want to tell you they don't have the money. You see the situation I'm talking about management?
But here's my point, Boris. If say like Danny Beckford, right? He's the president of Centon FA. If he calls, say, Coach Wendell Downswell and say, Mr. Downswell, we have a competition going on down here. Listen, I have an 18-year-old who, man, he's very good. I hear you having a trial. You know what he's going to say? I am going to send him up for the trial so you can take a look at him. They will say, okay, follow me, you know. That is, remember, they don't ask about the passport yet. They don't ask about no video. They don't ask about clips. They don't ask those things. Why?
But they're doing this for the international team.
That's what I'm saying. Why then, if a player, if you are Freddie or Paul Young or Desmond Gaddafi Smith or Jeremy and you or Ricardo Fuller, see a player, then you guys are asked to send clips and send this and I don't like that. I just think
but that's the burning issue of management. And why have the burning issue? It's not like the federation is going to foot the bill for the playing field.
That's what I'm saying. The parents have buying their ticket. The parents buying the ticket.
These kids flying on their own. I remember one particular incident. A kid flying and he had to stay with relatives and friends until the camp started. So management, let me tell you, the long and short, and I can't say it to the public. I say it again, the sports have grown. So it's either we grow with the sports or we're not growing at all. It's just the reality of it. And it don't make any sense, people trying to cover up and people trying to implement things that at the end of the day doesn't make no sense, doesn't have any weight in terms of what they're trying to do, or in terms of what they're looking at in terms of the football. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. People need to sit and look deep into what's happening where the football is concerned.
Listen,
you know, I don't want to say this on your program, and I don't want, because I know it's going to mingle. You know, I have players. You have Jamaican players leave Jamaica, go on trials, and they would like to know that the same trials they're going, some of these same people, the report that they send me back in terms of the players that come on the trials. I just finished reading a report like 3-4 days ago, man. I shake my head. You understand?
Yeah.
When I read the report, I shake my head and I said, how much of this is the federation looking at from a broader scale? How much is it? The coaches looking at it from a broader scale.
Here's the problem, Boris. Here's the problem I have, right? Now, we must, like I'm saying, all I'm saying to the people, because a lot of things that were said, it is policy. So follow my logic. Given the fact that our football, so the player who is 19 now, who can play for the under 20, between 17 to 18, he played no football in Jamaica because no football was being played. So that's 1 year.
I wouldn't stick up in there, man. I don't cut off. But I don't want to say no football is being played. Understand? But go back to a scenario. You know, I played on one of the best under 18 team that was put together. And I was still upset because there were players that were supposed to be in that program that was left out. Now, look at Tyrone Marshall, for example. Tyrone Marshall playing in the country, playing good football, and has to migrate at a certain age. You see what happened?
Yeah.
You see the scenario? So I'm not saying the kid don't play football in Jamaica because XYZ. I have players play in Jamaica and then they have to migrate. Look at Alan McClark. Alan McClark play one of the best under 18 tournaments in Jamaica. Destroy Martinique. And 2 days after that, we can't find Alan McClark because he migrated.
No, man. So you have a good point.
This thing about...
No, man, here's my point. My
point... management
no, man, here's
about not playing a football.
No, man. So here's my point. Because because I think I hear your point, because we are making two different points. My point is this: I am saying that the players who were local, there was no football in Jamaica because of the pandemic. I'm not saying that they are not good enough. I am saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
you're
man,
saying
so
they not play compared to a kid that and this
like
side playing.
the kid who was in your academy. So all I'm saying is that in that case, because this don't happen every time, it's not every year you have a pandemic. In this case, let the kid from Boris Club come and try out, because at this point, the kid from Boris Club may be able to get us to the World Cup. By the time we get to the World Cup, the youth locally may have played enough football to get back to his best.
And
you understand what I'm saying? That is what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. But it come back to the point that have been made in from day one management. It come back to the point that have been made from other CASAFA and a parish association. I always say this. Why is it these associations at every international age group doesn't have a team? I remember I said it to CASAFA. You guys need to put a senior team in program in terms of us 20 under 17 and so on. Because what you find in a regional team, the strongest players in that region. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if it's the case that no, it's a situation that we have to look at players, then we can always go back to these teams, whether we put them in a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 team tournament, and we sit and watch them on that forum in terms of a tryout or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And then after that, we can always invite the international group to be a part of the best of the best, to see how best they're feeling and how best they match up. But do not give a kid that his parent is overseas and would like to represent the country to say, look, send a video, send this, send that. I mean, I can understand, but I can guarantee you, sending the video, how much of the video they're going to sit down and watch and analyze?
There you go.
What is it they're going to look for in the video?
And all right, and I'm exactly. But here's what I'm saying. What I have so many issues with this, because all I'm saying is that if this is a trial, this is not the squad. If a man says, I want to come and try out,
anybody's supposed to be open to come.
There you go. Man. If you believe that the kids,
there's no two way about it. Everybody supposed to be open to come
and
to a
try out. So if you believe,
and then you still, you see, go back. I don't cut up in again. You go back to that team that Downswell took to the Youth 17 World Cup with the Zelana band.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, man, I remember that team. Yeah, with Zelana Barnes and those guys. Yes.
But this was the same thing we did. This was the same thing we did for CASAFA, Mr. Speed at the time. We had a open trials in CASAFA for every kid that was interested. We didn't have the club to send nobody. We put down the dates, we put down the venue, and we asked every kid that could play at that level in terms of the age group, look, come and let me see what you have. So therefore, we could find the best players. Them automatically took us to the Youth 17 World Cup. So I don't understand this thing. You know, you have a trials, and you are telling me it's not open to every kid that have that age to play. Man is man, madness, man. Madness plus rubbish, baby. It's madness plus rubbish. I don't think, and I'm going to say it again, I don't think enough thought is put into our football. And I don't think we are monitor what's happening on the international scene in terms of the competition that's about to take place, when and where, in terms of putting in any good planning and preparation. Now, this thing where people come in with now to tell you that send video and send this, it's just a scapegoat management. It's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
I can tell it from a point of view. That's scapegoat.
Yeah, I am saying if I want to send my son, all I want my son to, because I can tell you again, because I have a next issue with sending the child, you know, because these are kids. The truth is, Coach Boris, if you already have a preconceived notion of the players you're going to select, you're wasting.
It doesn't make no sense.
And that is the other issue. The fact that, what I'm saying, the fact that they're already saying that they are going to select, they have over 50 local players. They are going to select out of that. And then if they need like a center forward, they will say, okay, do you have a center forward? I'm saying that the other 100 kids overseas need to come and everybody be playing, because if the local kids are good, the local kids are going to be in there. Because I think whomever they bring, Tariq Xemenes is a good enough player to make it. The Phoenix goalkeeper is a good enough player to make it. This guy named Clear Clark, good enough. There are players that I think they are good enough to make it, regardless of where players come from.
But man, I'm saying, but man, you see, let me show you a basic scenario. You know why we come to this situation? Huh? We have a right to this situation because there is no continuation in terms of the players, in terms of a national program. I wouldn't even go to the club level. Because it's so sad also at the club level. But there's no continuation. A kid play under 15 and we can't track him 2-3 years after. A kid play under 17, now we have the under 20 come up, we can't find him, we can't this, we can't that. When I'm saying these kids should be moving together, whether you choose to move the coaches together with the team or you move the kids together, somebody should be moving together. We wouldn't have a situation like this.
Yeah.
So the reality of it, we are using 2 and 3 months to prepare for international tournament when it's not supposed to be management.
Yeah.
I've had the discussion from I was playing till now, and we're still having the same discussion. Why? Because people reluctantly, they will listen, but how much of what you said is being heard? You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not being heard. It's not being heard, management. There's no, it's not something that's too hard to figure out. If I have a youth 15 playing for Waterhouse, why are they playing for Waterhouse? They're playing for Waterhouse because these are my future first team players. That's the reality of it. Now, if that's my vision, nowhere between 15, 17, 20s and transition to the senior team, I can't afford to lose any of those players. You see what happened?
Yeah.
But we are not thinking like that. So therefore, we have kids that play under 15, did well. We don't see them at under 17. Then we might see them at under 20. Then we don't see them again. And I'm saying these are situations that need to be fixed. They need to be fixed. We can't be doing the same thing over and over. And well, you know, we're acting like management. We're acting like a nation that has never been to a World Cup before. I've never won a Shell Cup before. I've never did well in a youth tournament before. That's how we're acting. We're acting like a nation that we heard about football yesterday and we decide to participate in it.
Yeah.
That's how we're acting. That's how we're acting. The reality of it, management. And I've been saying it from day one. We need to start from in-house. Look at the structures of our league from schoolboy football right up and see, are we playing enough football? We're not playing enough football. Gone are the days where you have good corner league that you could play. Gone are the days you have a primary competition where you could play that was structured properly. So the base of the thing, management, we need to sit and look on it. We have so many universities in Jamaica, and I doubt if we have a good college league. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look where we are focusing. We are focusing on high school and not even at the Pepsi level or the course level. We are so zoning and focusing at Money Cup level. So we are more interested in looking at 17 to 19-year-old that missed out so many aspects of the game from 5 to 7 years old to where they are now. And that's what we're focusing on. And then when we put these same kids on a platform and they don't do well, we do. We turn around and we bash these same kids. We turn around and we bash the kids, not understanding what is transpiring. The game, I'm going to say it again, the game is grown. I'm not sure if we're growing with the game or if we're growing in the attack. It's just the reality of it. And people have to understand we're not just going to these tournaments to participate. It's costing us to go to these tournaments also. So therefore we are wasting funds. We are wasting funds. People come back and give us some dumb excuse, them smile about it, and they look forward to going to the next one. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. It's a joke. And telling the truth, as much as that joke, it reach a point now where there's no more laughter in it.
Yeah.
There's no more laughter in it because we are wasting resources. We are wasting resources. Now we have a crisis now with the under 20 that now people trying to twist something to avoid something, which I don't see the sense. I don't see the sense tonight. This management is just to put a covering over something to hide something. We're not asking, like I make this clear, management. We're not asking the JFF and nobody for flying the kids. All we are saying, give us the date for the tryouts so we can plan around it, so the kids can make the necessary arrangement. If they have to come in 2 days or 3 days before and we have them staying at Airbnb or we have them staying with local Jamaican parents or local friends of ours, it's no problem. Give us the dates. Let we start making the arrangements so these kids can fly in. So we have one of the best under 20 teams. Because management, tell you the truth, I don't think they understand the seriousness of this under 20 competition that is starting in June. I don't think JFF understand the seriousness of it. It's a twofold. You qualify for the U20s and it put you also in the Olympic qualifiers.
Yeah, if you finish first or second.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, only first or second goes to the Olympic. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it's not like we're losing out on one and then we can call an under 23 spot to prepare for the qualifier. There's a no. This team gotta be the same team that we're gonna have to qualify for the Olympics and the youth under 20 work. I don't know how much they sit down and realize the seriousness of this thing. Now, I can tell you this, management, and I'm going to tell you this as a fact. If we don't get to the U20 World Cup, it's simple me we're not in the Olympics. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, look at these hundreds of players that just came out of the Manning Cup, the D Cup. Think about a 15-year-old that is looking forward to 5 years from now. And you see what will happen? You see how much it will change the face of the football. I don't so much worry about the World Cup campaign. God forbid, yes, we would like to be in the World Cup every year. But my concern is what's happening underneath that program in terms of the youth program. If we can reach a youth 17 and a youth 20 World Cup plus the Olympic, it simply means going forward with at some point in time get back to our next World Cup. That's the reality of it. But people are not sitting and looking at what's taking place. And to make matters where we're wasting resources and then we come out in the public and we're talking all kind of nonsense. You understand? We're talking all kind of nonsense, Virgin. And this is the point that I've been saying to people. The JFF has so many resources to tap into, but they are reluctant to do it. Why, I don't know. Why, I don't know. We're not asking for anything from them. We're not asking any favor. All we are trying to do is help the football, as simple as it is. Because we are not ungrateful. The football did a lot for us. That's all we're saying, management.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. And as a nation, no matter where in the world we are willing to help the football. Because we know it speaks volume. But I don't think they sit and look on it. I don't think they sit and look on it. People know it's more concerning and their players getting into there. So it creates a market for their players. Come on, wake up, people. Wake up. It's been too long now, man. It's been too long. And as I say, because of the lack of continuity, this is why now we are at a situation like this. This is why now we are at a situation like this. I guarantee you, we just came back from Dominica with youth 15. How much of these youth 15 are they going to be invited to look at in this under 26? Somebody somewhere is laughing. It's what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm trying to show you. Going back as a player, I remember, you remember that 1994 team that went to the Shell Cup in the Cayman Islands?
Yep. Yeah.
We get knocked out?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, of course.
So I tell you, myself and Fabian Davis as under 18, under 20 players was a part of the squad.
Team. Yeah, I remember, man.
This was how much was put into the transition and the development of youth players. We're not doing that no more. And then we take a kid, put him into the Premier League for one season. He doesn't do well, and the kid is off now playing cricket, or playing basketball, or trying to write a song.
Yeah.
This is what transparent management. We're not looking at the growth of the youth. We're not too much lack of emphasis is forced our players and the youth. We need to take the youth very seriously. We are already shown how much you think of the youth tournament by not coming to under 15 tournament. You remember that tournament?
Yeah, I think we're fine for it.
And we get some lame excuse, and nobody understands the seriousness. This is part of the seriousness of it. No, you're trying to put an under 20 team together. These are the same players that didn't come to under 15 tournament that now you reap the repercussion. You see what I'm?
Yeah. Cool.
This is the problem, and I see it coming, and I said, we not being to this tournament. When the under 20s come around, then we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
We're going to have a problem because we lose a set of 15. That the reality has it, they would be coming to the forefront. No, you see what happened?
Yeah. Well, Coach, listen, man, I want to thank you. Always a joy listening to you, Want to thank you for calling in and, expressing your thoughts and things. Really appreciate, as usual.
Man.
Yeah, man.
You're always welcome. And I say, don't let the frustration get you down because, in understand the journey. The journey is much as important as the destination.
Yeah.
So do not give up on the journey. We understand the frustration. When you hear my tone of voice, you realize the level of frustration. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. And I'm going to tell you how very frustrating it is. It's frustrating when players that can participate at this age level calling every day to say, boy, keep in touch with Jamaica so we know when the trials is so we can prepare ourselves to go there. You have a good account of yourself and see if we can fit in the program. And then you turn around on our ear, say, you have to send a video, you have to send this, you have to send. Man, I'm going to send them a nice Al Pacino movie. That's how the video with them want. A nice Al Pacino movie.
Yeah.
Our Scarface, one of the right one. I will send them a Paul Campbell, Third World Cup. They're joking, man. They're joking.
Yeah. Coach, bless up. I'm glad that you put a smile on my face with that bit of humor at the end. I really appreciate it.
I have to finish with a smile, man. Don't let them break the spirit, man. Don't let them break the spirit. We are as much frustrated as you are, but we're not dropping the baton. We're trying to get the baton to the last man to finish the race. So we win this 4x1.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
We're not dropping the baton. We're trying to get the baton to this last leg, so we win this 4x1 or this 4x4, whatever the relay is. Yeah. You understand? And we're asking the JFF the same thing too. Don't drop it for a phone leg. Too much time now.
Yeah.
Or not take too long to reach. People are going to run out of the box.
Yeah.
You understand?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not even, that's how it looks. It looks like they will take too long to come out for the bend. People are going to run out of the box. People are going to run out of the box. Come on, man. We could pull together and finish the 4x1 or the 4x4, man. Man, my joke, man. And I get, as I said, you reach the level of competition. So you understand?
Yeah.
All we are asking, give us the date, give us the venue, give us the time and all the protocol so they can be adhered to and the kids them come out come show themselves.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All
We're
right.
not asking nobody to buy a plane ticket or anything.
Yeah, man. And listen, much respect, coach. Really, again, thank you so much, man. And you know, man, we'll be in touch.
All right, man, and bless up yourself.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings, coach. All right.
Good.
Yeah, so people hear it again and listen. Coach is all right. So again, let me give you my position. There, if it is a trial, there should be no pre-selected players. Every player who has indicated an interest to representing Jamaica should be invited, formally invited. We are inviting you to a set of trials we'll be having, or a select camp. These are the dates of the camp. All right. It is not a financial issues because if they are coming to the trial, the person from Westmoreland who is coming up for the trial, he has to find his own way. So if there is a player coming from the United States, we expect the player to find their own way. From England, we expect the player to find their own way. But because they are kids, we expect an invitation. They cannot just leave their parents home or tell their parents. There is some names and some persons who have indicated interest. Now, that list has been sent to persons within the GFF. They can call them. What I'll say is that the representatives of the players, you can call Mr. Wendell Downswell, Mr. Rudolph Speed, and let them give a formal invitation. All right? Many of the parents, they don't know how to do this. They don't know who to get in touch with. I don't think any player need to present a passport at this time. However, once they are coming to a trial, they may not be selected. If at the first trial on the 16th, they are selected, then it's very simple. If they are selected, they are told that you need to have your passport by the X time in May, or else we will have to select others. You can select up to 60 players. That way, if those who don't have their passport will be moved. When you see a camp, remember the camp is said to be with the senior team. You're not preparing under 20. Even that is the next thing, because we're still in a World Cup campaign that we need to do well, but we're going to mix our under 20 with our senior team. This is indicating that a lot of players will not be called back for the senior team. I don't know if you realize that. You will be seeing probably a brand new starting 11 and bench for our senior team. All right. Now, it's not a money issue. It's not a money issue. And here's why, because the parents are willing, or the clubs or the agents, to buy the tickets for the players to come. What I don't want to happen is, no matter what the players do, I don't want a left back to come, for example. And because there is a left back already who is selected, even if the player who comes on trial outshines that left back, he's not called because you weren't looking for left back. We should enter these trials or things as looking 30 players, not 5, 30 players, the best 30 players. I also believe if certain people, maybe if Manningsman tell you that him have a player, you need to investigate it. Because who is Manningsman? You mean that he was a good footballer? Him not a national player. Him never gonna World Cup. Him never gonna Shell Cup. Him not a good baller. So, if Manningsman call you, nobody listen to Manningsman. Manningsman can't even see good. Look at him glasses, them big. Bigger than Urkel one. So nobody listen to Manningsman. Don't listen to Manningsman. But I would expect that if people like Boris Johnson, people like Freddie Butler, people like Paul Young, people like Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, call you about players, that you'd at least show them the respect that these guys have the best interest of Jamaica's football in mind. And they would not send one player, one, not 1,000, not 10. These persons are not recommending 10 players, at most 2, just for you to look at. That you'd pay them the courtesy of trusting their opinion, seeing that they are also qualified coaches. Maybe you have won stuff, maybe you have led stuff bigger than them, but they are qualified, and you would show respect. You don't have to respect me. You don't have to respect Javon. You don't have to respect probably a Cataract or a Simon, because we are just ordinary people, right? But the people who have been a part of the national program and setup, at least give them the benefit of the doubt that their recommendation is in the benefit of the football. Invite the players. Again, I do believe that they are Phoenix players. They are Mount Pleasant players and other academies. I just calling those 2. There's a 16-year-old who played for Portmore. They can be brought to the trial, because I'm not saying that get rid of the Jamaicans. I think like Duncan McKenzie, Romain Blake. These are some of the names I remember. You have Christopher Ainsworth. You have McCleary. You have Tyreek Zimenez. I mean, you have Cleo Clark. I mean, there are many others. I don't know all the names of all the players, so forgive me for that. I am not saying that these players are not good. What I am saying is that they need to trial just like every other player. Every other player. If you understand how talent works, for your talent to develop, you need a certain amount of hours, 10,000 hours, they say, of practice. The pandemic, I believe, slowed down the growth in terms of and football development of some of the local players. No fault of their own, no fault of the GFF. It was a pandemic. All right? So a lot of them would have been way more advanced than they are. If they were playing football, they have not. Listen, none. Let me say it to you. None of, when Keith Kelly and these guys who qualified were playing in the Premier League as teenagers, they were standout. I put it to you right now that in the local Premier League, if you pick the starting 11, the best 11, you will not have any player who qualify for the U20 team. The best goalkeeper right now on form is either the Waterhouse goalkeeper or the Cavaliers goalkeeper. If you go centre back, none of the centre backs who are playing well in the league right now can play under 20. None of the wing backs, right back, left back, who are playing well now. No. Because even at Harbourview, Tyreek Zimenez, good player, think he should be in the pool. He's not even starting at right back. Same thing in midfield. The teenagers that have started the most games from last season into this season is Devontae Campbell, who got called up to the national team of Mount Pleasant. What is the point I'm making? Now, if they were so good, why aren't they stand out in their clubs? Some of them have to come off the bench. The point I am making, that is an indication that as good as they aren't even the best in our local league. They are not the best in their position in the local league. And the players who are better than them are not like 40 years old or 30. There are some other 21, 22-year-olds. So, in that case, then give everybody an opportunity. And like I said, I think there are some players who are going to stand out. I think some of the Phoenix players will stand out. I think Whisper will still stand out. But I can't have players who are in Premier League academies starting every week, are even in the championship in England. And they also are on the match day squad. during Premier League games, FA Cup games, and those players don't get a fair opportunity when they weren't scouted. It's not like somebody was scouting them. They indicated that they want to play for Jamaica. Let's give them the opportunity. And if they are good enough, we say to them, because this is where I agree with the interview, it is a parent responsibility to get the passport for the child. So, if I am in England and you say to me, listen, my name's man, your son, Ukacha, is such a good player that we want him for the tournament in June. Personally, I will take it upon myself to go and get the passport. But if you don't even invite him to a camp, why should I be interested in going and doing the passport? Invite him first. At least invite him. It's an invitation. Here is where you can win Jamaica Football Federation. Invite them and keep it on record that you invite them. And let them not turn up or refuse the invitation. When that is done, you can even 10 years down the road say, listen, we invite this player at under 17, we invited them at under 20, we invited them at under 23, and they never turned up. So at the senior level, if you decide not to, then at least people will say, okay, well, they did invite them. Here is what the issue is, though. When the players want to play at the junior level, we make it hard or nearly impossible. And when they get to the senior level, we turn around and say to them, where were you at the junior level? It can't work both ways. People, we're on the 2-hour mark. I want to thank you for sticking and staying with me. I really appreciate your company, every single one of you. I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this, but it is what it is. I have to be truthful and honest. And when I've come on my platform and people say, man, is you defending the GFF? Here's where I always tell you this. Where experience don't meet expectation, fill the gap with trust. I always believe people want to do what is right until I see evidence of them doing what I think is not right, and I speak to it. When I speak, I try to ensure that I have all the facts surrounding the issues. I don't come on platforms to be disrespectful to anyone or to create problems with anyone. At the end of my discussions, my arguments, my ranting, I should be able to still pick up the phone and call anybody. They may not want to talk to me, but I will still talk to them, because I am not here. I am not here to cause confusion. I'm here to create solutions. Why? Because I love Jamaica, and I want what is best for Jamaica. And I always learn this, two things. If they do it to others, they will do it to me. And every time I think about this, I think about my own sons, who are very good footballers, who may not be in Jamaica for extended periods of time. And I would not want this to happen to them, because trust me, it would be hell and powder box. And that is why I come and defend other parents. Not only that, people, not only that. Not just for my kids, but I also learned this. Whatever a man sow, so shall he reap. And the golden rule says, do unto others as you have them, as you'd have them do unto you. And if this is how we treat people who want to represent Jamaica outside of Jamaica, how you think people are going to treat Jamaicans who want to represent clubs overseas? probably why we see so many of our young talents in Jamaica is because of how we have been treating young talent, Jamaicans who live outside of Jamaica. So maybe what we need to do is start sowing better seeds in terms of how we treat people so that other people will treat our kids in Jamaica better. I put it to you that the reason why so many of Jamaicans in their young age go on trial and fail is because we make our trials for young Jamaicans who come out here a failure for them. No matter how good they are, we fail them. So here's what happened. When our kids go overseas on trial, many of them fails, even when they are better, because we reap what we sow, we reap more than we sow, and we reap later than we sow. If you sow good, you reap good. And if you sow bad, you reap bad. Thank you, Brain Drain, for the super chat. Jason, thank you as well. People, my subscribers, you see if I'm wrong, if I misunderstood, misinterpret anything, please email me. When I come back on, we have Andrew Price this evening at 7:30. Come back on and say, man, you were wrong on this. And honestly, I will apologize. I tried my best not to call any names. And let me tell you, there are people who work with the GFF that were instrumental in my footballing development. And so here's what I want to do as well. I want to encourage, and I said this to Mr. Porter, and I said this to the other people. Get some of these players. I will interview them. Any one of them who wants to play for Jamaica, at any time, just call me. And here's what I'll do. I will talk to them so they can speak that they want to represent. My platform is free. You notice I always have a future star part, rising star part in my programs. I want to talk to them. So let them come on and talk. Any one of them, my platform is open to them so they can be seen by the public. So if I'm wrong, please call me, WhatsApp me, text me and say, man, you know, that's not it. Please. Misinterpret. What is that word, brain drain? Misinterpret. Who said that? It wasn't me. Brain drains, I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right there. They are the ones that are wrong. All right, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Bless up, Claudia. I'm going to, leave you guys. Man, when are you getting... you know that Kibak, I don't even know that Kibak is an art. He's an artist, you know. He's an artist. I don't know if you know that, but he is into entertainment. But I have some other people. But people have some good people coming out. I can't call the names, right? I can't call the names. It's going to I have some good ones lined up for you. I don't know. So Jason, where did you get that word from? You're a Calabar man. You can't do that today. You have to be careful. Thanks again, Brain Drain. Sir Alexander, I need to call you, as soon as I come off this stream, I'm going to call you. Sir Richards, big up to you and Whisper. Hope that he's a part of the trials for this U20 team. Yeah, man. So that's it, people. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the platform, please go ahead and do so. Like the video, share the video. Thanks to all our sponsors, all the subscribers. Really appreciate and love you, all the persons, because I know some of you are at work, you have your headsets in, and you're doing all kind of stuff. So really, really appreciate that. Really. What? Oh, I had to stop. I thought you said he was. Yeah, if you need him, let me know. Oh, he's like, of course, but he never went to Calabar, man. He went to Dunwood. All right, then, it would be good. it would be good, Jason. So, Jason, let us connect. You know, I think you have the number. Let us do that, man, because it would be good to talk about just his entertainment. Because he and I played under 20 together, and I think like Kibaki Holloway would have been one of the big ballers out there. I don't know, man. The man just choose entertainment. And we'd love to know if he has any regrets with that. But big up Kibaki, big baller. But Jason, yeah, man, if you can line up that would be very good. Because I think just hearing his story, because he's still young as well, you know, to make that decision, being a standout footballer, to be an entertainer, you know, I'd love to hear that story. So we can do that. All right. Oh, that's you're talking about Brathwaite. Yeah, but he's over the age, so he is like a senior player. He would be. Oh, ceremonies you just keep. All right, thank you, Sir Carol. Blessings, man. Glory to the Most High. Always, yeah. We want to hear from Boza. Boza in Russia, man. Boza. All right. Really? Ah, Jason, yeah. So you know, no, you don't know Joshy then, because it looked like you said, yeah, well, Kibak could have been there in your time for real, because, yeah. All right, Grand Spen, them say, I don't play a pen. Them say, Andrew Pang from Grand Spen, I don't play a pen. All right, big up, Jason. This makes me angry, even listening to Speed last night. A set of fools, I'm telling you, man. Andrew Jackson, yeah, man. Constant spring. One spring. See, spring. Water ever flowing. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Jason, the one you like. Jason, the Kibaki one we believe, but this year one of Jason, me no believe. Brethren, don't believe this one about Jason. You see the Kibaki one, I more believe that one. But this one, Jason, I don't believe, boy, you grow Joshy. You know, the grow that's not Joshy. You don't grow the Joshy, boy, you grow Joshy. What a easy. But yeah. Yeah, man. But up that side of Kingston, have a lot of artists, you know. From Grand Spend all the way to Reynolds Road, to Manizil Road, Cassava Piece, you know, from the Idoni, the Buju Bantan, you know, all of these guys. Yeah, a lot of artists from up that side. But blessings, people. Thank you so much for all the persons who, you know, gave a super chat. Appreciate that a whole lot. Thanks for the support. And for those of you who did super stickers, thanks for the support as well. We have on the 11th, we have something that we'll be releasing from I Am Sure Sports. It's an exclusive. It's a 2022 edition of something, and so we will have 22 of them for Jamaica and 22 for the United States. That's how we're doing it, because we're in 2022, so we're only making 22, right? So it is a very special edition that we'll be releasing. So we'll let you know. All right, boss. All right, I'm not going to contend with you. The one says a serious thing. But I have to get some proof for this Joshua, because Joshua young, you know, Jason. Although I think you're young too. But if you and Kibaki are like brothers, then how come you grow Joshua, brethren? Me don't think that possible. But, you know, let's see how it goes. We will follow up some more on that. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, man. So blessings again to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please remain safe. Whatever you do, find a way so that you can add value to someone's life. Maybe the word that you say, a kind deed, you know, but do something to make somebody's life better. It's in you. Good is in all of us. Yeah, man. To everyone out there, respect, love, peace, and joy. Join us 7:30 this evening, when we will have Mr. Andrew Price, St. George's standout, Boys Town standout, coach at the female senior level, coach men's football in Jamaica as well, presently at Humble Lion. We're going to hear from him about his story, about his journey, in a way that you have never heard it told before. So join us for that this evening at 7:30. Again, blessings to all of you, one and all. Yeah, and have a wonderful We said it here, brethren. Brethren. Now I figure out, why I registered for 6 months. Brethren, you know my favorite Calabar athlete is Ali Watson. I always used to that he was one of the reasons why I decided that I was going to go to Calabar now. During that time when Ali Watson, Roy Bailey and those guys, because I think when I was when you play football you do track and field sometimes, but I wasn't really good at track and field. I was more of a footballer. And I said I'd go to Calabar to do sixth form so that I could compete with him to see if I could do the 400 like him. Ali Watson. You don't know that person, brain drain, as a Calabar man. Yeah. Did a lot of things and then just like after the first day changed my mind. Bless up. Yeah, so blessings people. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day until this evening. Yeah.